And we continue our weather team coverage today with concerns from emergency physicians as well.
Yeah, the accidents and the injuries, they are already coming into area emergency rooms, and keeping an eye on that and what's happening with the weather in northern Kentucky is medical reporter Liz Bonus. Liz.
Oh my goodness, within minutes, look at this. These are huge kind of ice pelts. I hate to say it, but I heard Erica say the freezing rain turning to snow, and literally probably in the last 2 minutes we saw this change. It is all over the air. The traffic behind me is actually coming and going into the cut in the hill. And Jen said, you know, the roads are still wet. It's 33 right now in our car temperature, so they're staying okay. But when you see this coming down, the biggest place you notice is as I'm on a sidewalk and it is already icy, and that is what emergency medicine providers that we talked to today say they are really worried about. We have some information from them. Since the start of this nasty weather, it's been the ice on the roadways and walkways leading to an increase in accidents and injuries.
Sometimes people fall on ice so quickly, they actually the trauma is absorbed in the back of their head. So that's always a concern, like a concussion or significant head injury.
Terry Foster's team here at St. Elizabeth in Edgewood says what's more is if you fall and break a bone or a hip.
Sometimes a hip or a pelvic fracture can be the beginning of the end, which is a sad way to put it, but you have complications of like a blood clot, sepsis, just immobility, infection, all those things that can set in just from a hip or a pelvic fracture.
Cold itself can cause breathing and heart problems also, especially with exertion.
We'll see patients come in with chest pain, shortness of breath, extreme fatigue, and you know, a lot of times that's in men, but also in women.
The real goal, however, even though they have all the teams and people waiting and ready, is for you not to wind up in the emergency department for any reason. So that means a couple of common sense things come to mind. The top 3, staying home if possible, wearing rubber-bottomed footwear, and oh yeah, this one.
Try not to be texting, talking on the phone or whatever, just focus on your walking, your balance, and your traction.
Boy, that is never more important than right now. Look at this, just within minutes the snow is starting to accumulate on the ground, but it's this pelting ice that is just miserable. And if you are walking around, you don't want to be near your cell phone or anything else. I literally can feel the stinging right now on the side of my face. It is really going to be a nasty night. We're going to be here and continue to share updates throughout the evening, guys. We'll toss it back to you.
All right, Liz, get protected. What do I always say? Everything's okay as long as it's not windy. And we're getting the wind tonight.